5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, 815.
You know, it's quite unenvying, if you will. It's envying to see a nice house from the highway until you realize you can see it from the highway. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your INCROWD815 podcast for the 22nd day of August, the year 2026, the latest it's ever been, my friend.
In the history of mankind. You know, I'll take that house because I've been homeless for didn't know it. This all this behind me, I'm actually out I'm out in the weeds, in the bushes. I just have a fake background.
That explains your really packed up messy car. Now I get it.
Yeah, wait a minute now. Come on now.
Toot. It's the 22nd.
For those of
day
you
of the
who
month.
said I am, yeah, I'm just full of crap,
He's
like
fine.
normal.
He's just fine. He's just fine. By the way, Tom, also, this is kind of a monumental day for the INCROWD815 podcast. Guess what episode number we are today? Did you peek?
Well, it would have to be 350.
333. We're episode
okay. Well, I knew there was some
333.
symmetry or something.
There is. And
Nice.
Overall, since we started on the radio, this is episode 665. So that's crazy.
Oh, man, we got to skip next week.
We got
Well,
a
we're not
great
getting
show
away
for
from
you.
666, are we?
No, we're gonna skip a breeze right over it. The person may be still sleeping next to you, so maybe wake him up, give him a little nudge, and say, "Greg and Tom are talking. It's time for the INCROWD815 podcast." And we're gonna be chatting with Abbi. She's with Mosaic and Rockford coming up in the second half of our show today. The first half, we'll be talking with Paul and Lynn. Guess what? Paul Lynn. Wasn't Paul Lynn a very famous person back in the day?
That's disgusting. Anyway, Paul Lynn.
We're going to be talking with the Center Square. No, that's
The Center Square.
Hollywood Squares. Wasn't Paul Linden? It was Paul Lind. It was Lynd, right? Lind.
He was. It was Lynde, actually.
Why
yeah.
was he famous other than just being goofy? Was he an actor?
He was a comedian, but he probably he was an actor as well. He starred in Bewitched, and he was Uncle something on Bewitched. So he was an actor, and I don't know what famous roles he did. He was probably a B actor at best. I don't think he ever had any big starring roles, you know. It was just,
Surely we digress.
he was a funny guy, and you know,
Paul and Lynn are from
Please
the
don't call me
Rockford
Shirley.
Rotary Club. We'll be talking with Paul. We'll be talking with them next. First, let's take care of this piece of business, right?
INCROWD815. It is time for the big number.
Oh, look at that video upgrade. Our current race to 10 has Greg in the lead by a score of 5-4. And our big number of the week this week is 56 million is the answer. Electric or Europe? Electric or Europe is the guess to put in the chat right now. So go ahead, put it in the chat. Do you think the answer is electric, or do you think it's Europe? Put one of those two words, electric or Europe, in the chat and let us know which answer you think it is. 56 million. The winner this week might win a hat, might win a shirt, might win lunch with the guest, or maybe even tickets to Midway Village Museum Center. Yes, look at that. We got a couple of hot tickets right here. You know what's coming up? World War II days is just a couple of weeks away.
Sure.
And,
It's always a lot of
few
fun.
weeks. It's loud.
I put my
and
guess
it's
in. I
fun.
chose the word that starts with the letter E.
Oh, okay. All right. You always seem to do that. That was good.
Yeah.
There goes that. There goes that. I think that takes care of front of show announcements. Anything else to say before we get to our first guest today?
Other than go Packers, and I put my more comfortable. I figured it would. Yeah. Sorry, Lynn.
All right. All right. All righty. Well, our first guest. We'll leave that in the background for now. Our first guests today are part of the Rockford Rotary Club here that meets once a week. And Lynn and Paul are going to tell us all about that. Good morning to you, Lynn, and good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for joining us on this post-stormy. Did you get caught in the rain yesterday when it all hit in the afternoon, early evening?
Inside
Inside the car, driving.
Were you? Okay. We were having dinner at Lino's last night, and it was so nice when we went into Lino's, and by the time we were ready to come out, it was downpouring, and there was rivers running through the parking lot at Lino's.
Not fun to have to go through.
It was something. My feet got soaked, my clothes got soaked. It was something else, but it's just rain, it's just water. We all survived just fine. So all right, well, hey, let's learn about our guest. And because Lynn's been on before, we're going to start with Paul. Okay, so Paul, we want to learn about you real quick. Are you a native Rockfordian, or did you grow up somewhere else? Where's Paul's childhood?
I was born in Chicago, grew up in the suburbs, and moved to Rockford in '89.
Okay, so grew up in this. So, which high school did you go to then?
Glenbrook North in Northbrook.
Glenbrook. I should know this. Glenbrook North. I want to say they played Rochelle in football every once in a while. Or maybe not.
I don't think so. No.
I can't remember their mascot.
Like in playoffs, maybe.
Yeah. What was your mascot in high school?
The Spartans.
Okay.
We beat East St. Louis for the state championship in '75, and they sent like 6 or 7 players to D1 teams, and we sent nobody to D1 teams. It was a miracle.
Wow, that is cool. That's amazing. That is amazing, because East St. Louis is one of the top 5, maybe even the number 1 most winning team in Illinois football history.
My neighbor also made it to Major League Baseball, the other sports trivia piece from Northbrook.
You remember who he played for?
His first game when he got brought up with the Montreal Expos was in Wrigley Field, and I got to go to the game.
Oh, man.
His name was Scott Sanderson. He played for a number of teams, never really was, a 20-game winner or anything, but he did okay.
Yeah, the pitcher. I know the name well. Yep.
Yeah.
Did he at some point come to the Cubs to pitch?
I think he did. Yeah.
Scott Sanderson.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Pride of Chicago. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So after high school, Paul, what was your career arc what brought you to Rockford, and what kind of stuff did you do for a career?
I graduated from University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana with a master's degree in mechanical engineering. So I'm a thermal scientist, and I worked for Whirlpool at the research center first.
Okay.
And they had a big change, hired a consultant and all that. And so I started shopping and came to Bergstrom in '89. We make heating and air conditioning systems, so it fit my skill set. And I've pretty much been here ever since, other than doing some industrial espionage with a competitor in Detroit for a little while.
Well, Bergstrom is a name a lot of people in Rockford know and hear, but I don't know that a lot of people know what Bergstrom does. So for you to describe what they do, and you've been there for a lot of their growth. I mean, right? From what year did you start with them?
I started in '89. We did about $30 million in revenue that year, and we're pushing close to 400 million this year.
Woo.
Yeah. So we make heating and air conditioning systems for heavy duty trucks, including a battery powered air conditioner, which is a green product from us. It allows truckers to stay comfortable while they're sleeping in the back of the truck without idling their engine. We also sell heating and air conditioning systems to Caterpillar and John Deere and school buses. And we have operations in Wales and China, a joint venture in India, and we're also in Spain.
Okay. Wow. That's awesome. So you're not, are you saying you're not in the into the space rockets and space shuttles and stuff like that? Was any of your components in those things?
No, our newest market that we've entered is called battery energy storage systems. And these big solar farms and wind farms, they produce more energy than is needed at times and not enough at other times. So some of the energy is stored in batteries, and believe it or not, the batteries don't want to get too hot or too cold. So we're selling systems to keep the temperature where it needs to be.
Gotcha. That's
interesting. It's a booming market in the world right now.
Absolutely. Well, we could probably go down a whole bunny trail on that. So we better put the brakes on that, or we're now going to talk about anything else today.
Right. You got me going.
So let's get Lynn in the hot seat. Lynn, remind us again, were you a native Rockfordian, or did you move here after school?
Well, no, I moved here before school, before elementary school. I was born in Central Illinois, and then my parents moved up here right before I started kindergarten. And we went back to Central Illinois for a few years, and then we came back here. I graduated from West High School when it was a high school. And then I went to NIU.
Yep.
And got out of college and worked in manufacturing for a while, and for the Rockford magazine for a while, but mostly 15 years I spent at the first group doing executive recruiting. And one of the things I recruited for was nonprofit executive directors. And I thought that seemed like an interesting career path. So I switched over into that sector and spent a few years at Discovery Center Museum with Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois. And then most recently as the executive director with Family Counseling Services, where I retired at the beginning of this year.
And pass the baton over to Stan, who's running with it pretty darn well, isn't he?
Yep, exactly.
Doing his thing. So, all right. Well, we need to ask you about the Rotary Club now, and I'm going to bring up your website here in a minute. But for those who have no clue what a Rotary Club is, which one of you want to take that mantle and tell us what the Rotary Club is?
So Paul is our club president, so I'll let him lead on the answers, and then I can also jump in on some things.
All right, Paul, let's talk about Rotary.
Well, Rotary is an international organization. It's in hundreds of countries around the world. There's about 1.2 million Rotarians, but we all belong to a local club. There's probably 36,000 clubs in the world. And Rotary's motto is service above self. So the Rotary International and all the clubs work to make the world a better place.
Service above self. That is an awesome, to the point descriptor of what you do.
That's true.
Gotta love that. I love it when you can simplify things and say, hey, this is what we do. Service above self. What kind of events and things does Rotary put on here locally that exemplifies service above self? What is kind of your main thing that people know you for?
Well, our club, there are several clubs in the area. We're the Rockford Rotary Club, as the website shows. and our focus is on youth development. So we have 2 signature projects, which we're about to start the 25th year, where we partner with the Rockford Public Schools. And one of them is Rockford Reads, where we ask adults in the community to volunteer to go to elementary schools and get paired up with 2nd and 3rd grade students and read to them. And the main purpose is to improve their literacy skills, of course, so that they can be at a 3rd grade reading level by the time they get to 3rd grade, which is a key metric that Rockford Public Schools focus on. But it also helps their social emotional skills, because the adults that meet with them develop a relationship, and many of the kids don't have a strong mentor in their lives. So it's a good opportunity to develop that relationship and help them grow social emotionally. That's the one project, one of our 2 signature projects. Do you want me to tell you about the other one now? Or
Yeah, what's the other one?
The other one is Rotary Academy. That's also about to enter the 25th year. And there we work with, I don't think you're going to find anything about Rotary Academy on our website. We just got a new young member, and he's going to update our public image, including our website. But Rotary Academy is for 8th graders. So again, Rockford Public Schools, there's 9 middle schools in the Rockford Public Schools, and we work with all of them. And each year in September, we meet with the counselor for the 8th graders, and they choose up to 30 students at each of the 9 middle schools that are in need of developing their leadership skills. They haven't blossomed yet, I would say. And we run programs all through the year, usually about 1 program a month, where they get out of the classroom. It's nothing about classroom. It's all about building their self-confidence, increasing their social emotional skills, their decision-making skills, and they're about to enter high school. So we're trying to equip them with the tools to succeed in high school and beyond.
That's cool. And that's something that can non-members plug into some of these things, or do you really only want members to be involved in these outreaches?
With the Rotary Academy, we haven't had non-members. Like there's one or 2 Rotarians that are the liaison that work with the counselors at the middle schools and typically join in the events. With the Rockford Reads, we'd love more people from the community to sign up, because there's a huge need, and COVID unfortunately caused a big drop in participation from adults. So we're brainstorming ways to grow that back up. And yeah, it doesn't require you to be a Rotarian. We welcome everybody and anybody that's willing to devote 1 hour a week to some 2nd and 3rd grade student.
Okay.
It's very flexible, though. So when we say an hour a week, that doesn't mean that the person has to be there every single week. Sure. Or if they have a conflict, they can switch days and work with the classroom teacher specifically. And this year, the school district has asked us especially to work on recruiting bilingual readers. So that recruitment effort for Rockford Reads is a very strong focus for us this year.
Nice. Well, if somebody is learning about Rotary for the first time today and they're wanting to check you out and consider becoming a member, what's the process for doing that?
They're welcome to attend a meeting. We meet every Thursday at noon at Veterans Memorial Hall. And, they're welcome to attend a meeting, see what we're about, or work with us on a service project like Rockford Reads. We also work at the Northern Illinois Food Bank, and there's a few other things we do in the community.
The other thing is they can go onto the website and look up the membership information. And if they know they want to be in a Rotary Club, they can just fill out the application form right there. And then our membership director will get back in touch with them and, invite them to a meeting and get the whole process started. So,
Okay. So regular members, corporate membership, there's a different levels of membership involved, it looks like here.
right.
So a corporate membership for Rotary, how does that work? Does that make one person a member? Does that allow a bunch of people from their business to also join at the same time?
Yes, if multiple people that work at a company would like to join, then they can get a corporate membership, and the first person pays the regular dues, but after that, there's a discount for additional members.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's an easy little form to fill out on the website, which we have up here, rockfordrotary.org. And I really want to highly encourage everybody to go check out a meeting. Memorial Hall, Veterans Memorial Hall downtown is, thankfully, there's a nice parking lot right there next to the building. It's easy to get in and out of there. You've got a great place to have a little light lunch and meet some new people and learn about something new. It looks like where'd the speaker thing go here? Your speaker coming up here this week is Tanner. And last time I saw Tanner, he was wearing a World War II uniform.
Right, that was at the dinner with founders.
He was wearing a uniform from some bygone era. I don't remember what it was, but
Civil War.
Civil War. Okay, so he was he's involved with a lot of different things. So you got Tanner speaking this week, Paul, yourself speaking in a couple weeks, and Emily, who is with
Alignment Rockford.
Alignment. Thank you very much. I'm like, I know it's one of the educational things. So here, Alignment Rockford, executive director in a few weeks now. So check that out. If someone wants to visit you, what is the cost to do that?
There is no cost. Go ahead, Paul.
What Lynn said, there's no cost to come to a meeting. I did want to mention that those dues that you had up there, a lot of the dues go to Rotary International and some go to our district also. So Rotary International does projects all over the world, mainly in what I would call third world countries, to try to help women and children, especially. And, our goal is to create peace in the world. We actually helped create the United Nations after World War II. And I recently learned that Eleanor Roosevelt was one of the first delegates in the United Nations for the United States.
Gotcha. Fundraising, stuff like that. Are there fundraising efforts that the Rotary Club does? If maybe even a non-member might want to donate to something if there's a cause that's near and dear to their heart, right? So is there something that you're fundraising for at any given time?
Well, right now we have our polio walk coming up on October 24th at 10 a.m. at Rock Valley College. This is the world's largest polio walk. So it's not only going to be Rockford, Loves Park clubs. We're partnering together at Rock Valley, but clubs across our district, across the state, all throughout our zone in Rotary. So from Canada down to, I think, even down to maybe Mexico. I'm not 100% sure of its zone, but it's going to be hundreds of clubs and thousands of people to make for the world's largest polio walk. And the objective is to make sure that we have eradicated polio in the world. Rotary has been a big part of that effort throughout the world, and in partnership with the World Health Organization and UNICEF are getting vaccines out everywhere. And really right now there's only 2 countries where the polio virus is still a big problem, and that's Pakistan and Afghanistan. But the thing that people don't understand is that unless it's eradicated everywhere, a resurgence could happen, and there could be hundreds of thousands of new cases in, within a decade if we don't get it eliminated entirely. So this is a big awareness effort. There's no cost to anybody to join in at this walk, but we do encourage donations so that, we can share the funding and get the disease eliminated from the face of the earth. Some people don't realize that, there are people who still have contracted polio in our country, not so much. But Tanner, who you were just mentioning, graduated from Harlem High School, and I'm thinking probably only about 10 years ago. And one of his friends there at Harlem was from Egypt, and he had contracted polio as a child and was used a wheelchair. And because of that, Tanner took on a project as his Eagle Scout project for Boy Scouts to build an accessible ramp there at the stadium in Harlem so he could watch the sports there. But, I just want people to be aware that they could come out and be in this walk on the 24th and make a contribution to help eliminate polio. And again, you don't have to do that. We want people just to be aware of it, and it's fun. And we're even going to have one of those real short 0.1K walk segments for that's to make it accessible for anybody to be able to participate.
That's right. There's no excuses. No excuses. Right. You can do this.
But that's a big initiative of Rotary International that's been going on since the 80s and has really made a huge impact in the world. I think the over 350 million children have been vaccinated against polio through the efforts of Rotary clubs across the globe. So
wow. And is this at the Rock Valley College?
Yes, at Rock Valley College. We'll be walking along the path on Mulford. We will have the information on our Facebook page where there'll be a Facebook event set up for that. There'll be registration links and everything for that. But people could just come out on the 24th of October at 10 a.m. at Rock Valley and sign up and join and walk right then too.
Awesome. Mark there. Yeah. Save the date now, October 24th, Rock Valley College in the morning. And hopefully you'll have a good weather day.
And if we don't, we'll walk inside at the Student Center.
There you go. They got indoor opportunities. They got an indoor option there at Rock Valley College. So that's right. That's a good thing.
Greg, right. Can I mention a couple other things real quick? I know we're about out of time, but two other things that our club does related to youth. One is we grant 2 scholarships each year to high school seniors. The Burdett Anderson Scholarship, it's $3,000 per student, one to a male and one to a female. And we invite all the local high schools, there's about 13 of them, to nominate one male and one female from their school that have exemplified the service above self and done excellent community service work. The other thing that we do is called Rotary Youth Exchange. And Rotary typically sponsors about 7,500 students throughout the world to go to another country and spend the year there, learning a new language, learning about a new culture, and being ambassadors for their countries. And so we sponsor students from Rockford, and we bring students in from the last 3 have come from Belgium, Brazil, and we just currently got a student from Argentina. And we're sending students out to Thailand, another one to Brazil this year. It's a life-changing opportunity for students They leave
That's
at the
awesome.
age of about 17 and come back at the maturity level of like a 24-year-old.
That's right. That's right. All kind of new experiences, and it's amazing what'll happen if you get out of your little bubble and experience the world, isn't it?
Yes.
It's something else. Awesome. Well, anything else that we did not ask you about this morning that you wanted to make sure we touch on before we move on to some trivia with our next guest?
I think that covers it pretty well. I could talk for hours about Rotary, but I know we don't have that much time. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
You got it. Well, let's bring on our next guest.
They're going to stop free stream in about an hour. So
stand by for some.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the INCROWD815 podcast. Good luck.
Let's bring on Abbi. And Abbi, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
There's
Do you have
my
a
little
camera
helper.
that works, or is it not going to work for you today?
So I was trying to fix it. It's got a little how you fix it here, but me and technology aren't the best of friends normally. So unfortunately, I can't get that up and
Same
running.
here.
Well, your audio is excellent, so that's the good news, Abbi.
Well, now
hear
the
you
problem
just
with her
fine.
not using the camera is we can't see if she's Googling the answers. All right, Abby, you're on your own here. We're going to trust you. The answers.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
We forgive you. You're fine. So, all right, Tom's got some questions for us. 7 questions. I always want to do more than half. So if I get more than half, if we can, as a team, get more than half, I feel pretty good about my weekend. So let's see if we can do that.
Well, we got a good team here. There's 4 of you, so I think you guys should do pretty well. And besides that, these are not difficult questions. I say this every single time. And for those of you who have either played the trivia before or have seen me play, do the loud karaoke trivia contest, which I know, Lynn, I think you've been there a time or two, right?
No, I haven't been to that trivia. I did the.
Oh, there's a delay. You haven't? Oh, okay.
I did the mass karaoke.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The mass.
Right.
One. I don't know how I stated it, but anyway, okay. There's going on. I got supposedly good computer back today or yesterday or whatever, and it's still a delay. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? How many stripes does Adidas have in its logo? Once again, how many stripes does Adidas have in its logo?
Adidas. Oh, Adidas. Oh my gosh.
Shoe company.
That's one of those things you see all the time, and then you don't really think about it because it's there all the time.
That's what I thought too, Paul. 3.
Paul says 3. I feel good with 3. Abbi, you feel good with 3?
Yeah, I think 3 is a good answer.
Let's go with 3.
3 is a good answer as well. 1 for 1. Nicely done.
All right.
All right. Which artist, Starry Night?
Ooh. Starry Night.
Is it Van Gogh? I think.
I
Vincent
can't
Van Gogh. Is he the Starry Night guy?
Is that a hint that it's somebody else?
Yeah. Not a hint that he had no ear. He cut off his ear, Vincent Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Van Gogh.
Good job, Lynn.
Good job, Lynn. Abbi, your signal is like really scratchy. So Abbi, if you don't mind logging back in, see if your audio comes back in better, because it's all scratchy, and I don't know why. So let's have Abbi reconnect. All right. Question number 3, Tom. Question number 3. Go for it.
All righty. How many justices serve on the United States Supreme Court?
Justices on the Supreme Court. I know it's an
9.
odd number.
9.
9.
That means none in
None.
German.
Okay. Nine. That's the only German I know, other than sauerkraut. Yeah, but now you got to name them. I'm kidding. All right, very good. 3-0. Here we go. On which scale are Earth measured?
The Richter scale.
Science. The
Another
Richter
German
scale.
word.
That's right. That's
Richter.
right. Well, I've just added another German word to my vocabulary. All right.
Sounds German anyway.
I guess these are easier. These are easier questions than I thought, huh? Not that you guys, don't take that as like, oh, I guess we're not that smart if they're easy questions. No,
You're hitting
our
wheelhouse. Somehow you're right in our educational wheelhouse.
Can I tell Tom about the library in Green Bay?
Library?
Can I tell Tom about the library in Green Bay? Did you hear about the library in Green Bay, Tom? Speaking of intelligence, well, did you hear it? Did you hear it burn to the ground? All 5 books were destroyed.
Didn't know that.
Oh, there it goes.
And none of them had been colored in yet.
Wow. Were those the books that told the story of their world championships? 13 of them?
There are 13 books, yes.
Because they've got 13 of them. Well, but you only needed 5 books to tell the story. So, all right. Little Packer hate. That's okay. All right, here we go. All right. Next question for Paul alone. Spell Czechoslovakia. I'm kidding. That would be just mean. Although he could probably do it. All right. Here, question number 5. July of 1913, 191. This place reached the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth, as per the World Meteorological Organization. Easy for me to say. Wow, I've got to.
Do we get hints? Like, is it in California?
June 1913.
No hints.
Like Death Valley, California is kind of what I'm leaning toward there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No hints.
That's what I was going to say too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Wow, you guys are breezing through this. Question number 6. What country invented paper as we know it today?
Paper.
I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
The Dunder Mifflin Company. What country invented paper as we know it?
Invented paper. Ooh.
Canada.
I was leaning toward China.
I'll give you a couple of potential options. All right, I will say this, and this will probably put it over the top. It was invented around the birth of Christ, and actually, what it was kind of dabbled with it before Christ was born, and then in like 25 it was kind of perfected. So that narrows it down. I think it takes Canada out of the thing. So
out of the mix.
Yeah, I think it does.
I was
Greece or Rome? Turkey?
Go back to a different answer you just had. Normally, when
I was feeling good about China
there, but well, then good. Then you got it. That's what it is. It's China.
All right.
Okay, you're 6-0.
China's
this is for all of the marbles. All
13.
of the marbles.
The answer is 13. 13 championships in Green Bay. That's the answer.
It is a Packer question. It is. So, Packers trivia. I either do local trivia or Packers trivia. And since the Packers won last night, 33-13, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. I love my Packers, but and I don't consider this gloating. We're just having fun. It's preseason. Wait till the regular season starts. Minnesota's going to have a decent team. Chicago's going to have a decent team. Detroit will not, I don't think. But anyway, it's going to be a tough season. It's going to be a good season. So anyway, Packers trivia. The Packers play at Lambeau Field. The field. What was Lambeau Field called prior to 1965?
Ooh.
Greg,
I know this answer, so I'm going to let them two
I always
guess.
feel
Yeah,
safe.
I know this answer.
Okay, I always feel safe with the Packer question because Greg usually knows the answer. So
Was it
once
Lombardi?
again, no, it was not. But I'll read it again. The Packers play at Lambeau Field. What was Lambeau Field called prior to 1965? They opened the field, the stadium. Cheesehead Stadium. Wow, that's a good guess. All right,
Good guess.
go ahead.
I'm 90+% sure it was called City Field or City Stadium. It was City something. I think it was City
City Stadium.
City Stadium.
City Stadium. Okay, so here's what happened. It was built in 1957. They called it City Stadium. How original! And then they a couple of years later, and then in '65, in honor of their founder Curly Lambeau, they called it Lambeau Field. And you know what? It's one of the few stadiums that will not, at least at this point, will not take any corporate buyouts to change it to like, oh, here you go at whatever Green River Stadium. It's not going to happen. So there you go.
Don't see that happening.
7-0.
Well done.
No.
Don't see that happening. Good job, team. This is what we're all about. Team.
Yeah.
Like in Pittsburgh, Paul, this will be for you. Acrisure Stadium? Are you kidding me? Without thinking you're swearing in a foreign language. Acrisure. I
said
call it
I'm
Heinz
the one.
Field.
I said I'm the one with the Steelers fans in the family.
Oh, you.
Paul's a Bears fan, aren't you, Paul?
Okay.
I'm a Bears.
Okay,
I'm a
that's
Bears
what it was.
fan, but my next favorite
Sorry.
team is Green Bay, despite the joke. I saw the Ice Bowl game in '66.
What?
Yes.
Nice.
I was 7 years old.
Yes. Everybody gave Jerry Kramer for that block. It was actually Kenny Bowman, the center, who really moved him out of the way. And then Bart Starr slides through. Touchdown, Green Bay, 21-17. Sorry, Lynn. I do remember you saying that now because you said your family is Pittsburgh. Your husband or something is Pittsburgh, and you're Minnesota. That's right. That's right. Anyway, sorry about that.
But I call it Heinz Field too.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, forever.
Yeah. But then before that, I go back to Stadium. I Three Rivers Stadium. The greatest name for a stadium of all.
And it's such a beautiful
facility. Cincinnati.
No, that's Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm.
Three Rivers, yeah.
Oh, Three Rivers was Pittsburgh, yes.
Right.
So,
I think we have Abbi back.
I can talk old school football all day long.
Let's see if Abby's microphone will allow her to talk.
Hi, I'm so sorry for all the technical difficulties here. Jeez.
That's okay. I can hear you again now, and there's no clicking, so that's good news.
Good, awesome.
All right. Does your phone allow you to use your camera, or is it not letting you?
It's saying it's not granted. Let me. Oh.
Hey, bingo! Woohoo!
Hey, here I am. Sorry about all of that. Jeez. Oh.
7-0 on trivia, and we are fixing technical problems on the fly. That's what we do here on the INCROWD815 podcast. So,
there we go.
Awesome.
There we go.
Well, Lynn and Paul, we're going to let you go about your day. So we're going to let you go. Thank you for playing trivia with us. Thank you for getting us educated on all things Rockford Rotary. And October 24th, walk to end polio at the Rock Valley College.
Right.
In the morning. I think it's at 9 o'clock.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
No excuses at all. 10 a.m. You can even sleep in on your Saturday and still do that. So
exactly.
Go and make sure and be a part of that. So thank you,
Very
Paul. Thank
much,
you, Lynn.
Greg and Tom.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thanks for being here. Good job.
right, all right, all right. Abby's on the screen and ready to tell us all about Mosaic in Rockford. Are you in the office this morning?
I am in the office this morning, actually. So I have been walking around trying to get the best internet spot, and it looks like right in front of my window here is going to work. So I'm going to stand right here.
It's the funny thing about phone cameras and phone microphones. Like when we started doing this show back in 2020 as a podcast, I thought setting up my home studio in front of my basement window was going to be the best situation for lighting, and it was terrible. It was terrible. It took me forever to figure out the lighting situation for my home studio. I'm actually in front of a window now, but I got proper covering over the window because otherwise it'd be too bright. And in here it'd be a washout, but where you are, it looks good.
I feel like I'm very much like in direct sunlight, but if it's working, that's what we're gonna go with. So
it's working. So tell us quick about yourself, Abbi.
Are you? Everything's good.
Are you a native Rockfordian, or where did you grow up and go to school?
Yeah, actually, no. So I am from Southern Illinois. It's a very small town. I'm sure nobody has probably heard of it. It's called Pinckneyville, Illinois.
Pinckneyville?
Pinckneyville. It's about, you have heard of it? Oh, wow. Nobody ever hears of it. That's awesome. It's close to Carbondale,
absolutely,
Illinois.
I have. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's very tiny, nice little town.
Well,
and
I've heard
then
of it
I had
because
actually moved up.
I've seen it on a map.
Well, didn't they had a football team that made it to football state finals at one point, right?
They did used to have a football. Yes, absolutely. We were great in basketball too. We went to state a lot for basketball.
There we go.
I think in the 2000s.
That's where I've heard of them.
They were great with. Yep, absolutely. But yeah, so I moved up to the South Beloit area actually with my family when I was still in school.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yep, and went to school there. And then I've been in Rockford for maybe 7-8 years now. So I'm still, getting used to everything and all that.
So you're a Sobo.
I am a Sobo, yes. South Beloit Sobos, absolutely.
Can you just, for the uninitiated, can you describe a Sobo to somebody?
See, I knew you were going to ask that question. And I can't. So the story I was told was that the Sobos were a tribe that were a local Native American tribe that was, I guess, local to South Beloit. I'm not sure if that is true or if that was 100% made up. I'm thinking it might be that one. But that's kind of what they went with. So.
Oh, I believe Greg may have frozen up on us. Well,
oh no, I was like, is it me again? Oh.
I think he froze up. All right. No, he's got that grin on his face.
We're reconnecting. There we go.
Anyway, we were
describing Sobos, right?
Yes.
There we go. He's back. I think he's back.
I'm just bringing the bad technology juju everywhere today for everybody, apparently.
It seems to happen. It happens every so often. And my internet likes to reboot in the mornings sometime during the show. And I think last week was the first show in months that we didn't have a single thing have to reboot. It was like it was a gift. It was a gift. So this is just back to normal today, Abbi.
Good.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet. My internet keeps doing the same thing. My head moves and jerks forth, and it's driving me nuts. Maybe it's the shirt.
We'll figure it out someday.
I'm glad we're all in the same boat.
As soon as we figure it out, they'll invite us to come back on the radio. So that's what'll happen.
So okay, just interject. That's right. Oh, I just got to ask you, Packer fan, Cardinal fan, Cub fan, what's like, or do you not like sports? I'm just curious.
I'm not a huge sports person, but I would be in big trouble if I didn't mention the Cardinals baseball team. My family is very much a Cardinals fan, which is kind of like a swear word around here for all the Cubs fans and everything. So don't tell anybody, but yeah, I would be in big trouble if I didn't mention that.
We got a good friend who's a Cardinal fan, and we tolerate him anyway. So,
Gotcha. Perfect.
Which is really hard for me. I'm a Brewers fan.
A Brewers fan, yeah.
So
that's also a big rivalry around.
It is. It is.
Yeah, we got
all right. So
fan, Brewer fan, Cardinal fan.
So post.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So post high school, you graduate from the SOBO. You graduate from South Beloit. What is your career arc that leads you to Mosaic? What happens after high school?
So I actually started. I went to a year of college down in Carbondale, where SIU is. I went there, and then my family had some medical issues, so I just moved up to help take care of that, and that's why I kind of came back to the South Beloit area. Just started working, and then I just kind of honestly fell into the work that I'm doing now, and I'm so glad that my journey brought me here, just by accident. But yeah, that's kind of what I was doing.
So Abbi, that's normally the response I get when I asked people about how they got into real estate by accident, but not Mosaic. So you'll have to maybe explain what accident you're talking about that got you. Can you elaborate slightly on that anyway?
Absolutely, yes. So there was a period where we had suffered some loss as a family, kind of back to back. There was a 3-year period where we lost 3 very close family members. So there was a time when I was just working kind of just odd different jobs, and I had to take some time off of work for that, just to kind of process all of that, because it was very quickly. So I took some time off, and then I happened upon, when I was trying to return back to the work field, I happened upon an Indeed ad for work at Bridgeway, which is a day program here in Loves Park. And it was just for the front desk. And I said, you know what, why not? So I didn't know anything about the IDD field or anything with having to do with intellectual disabilities. So I went there, and my director, which is Chris Hudak, she kind of took me under her wing and kind of taught me about it. And she introduced me to all of our individuals and all the guys there. And I just kind of fell in love with the work. And it just made a big connection for me. So
Chris is phenomenal.
From there, I moved on to Mosaic, and I've just been here for about a little over 4 years now. And I'm very passionate for I really love it. I really love work that we do, and our individuals that we're blessed to serve.
Yeah, no, Chris is phenomenal. She's amazing.
Yeah,
and we've been trying to get Bridgeway to be on the show for a while now. I don't know that we have them scheduled yet, but I've been trying to get them on for, gosh, it seems like a year. So
yeah, that'd be amazing. Absolutely. They have a lot to speak on for sure.
Absolutely. So yeah, again, for those who are completely uninitiated about Mosaic, I want you to tell everybody what Mosaic does and what and how people can help. Mosaic, by the way, Medicare 411, our big sponsor, our major sponsor for our Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. That is, they play in the contest for Mosaic, and of the 4 times we've had this contest so far, I believe once they won the trivia portion and won money for Mosaic.
Yes.
So the 5th edition of the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest is coming up October 1st. And we're going to be back at Tabala Event Center again. And thanks to Medicare 411, we have an $8,000 grand prize for the winning teams, not for profit this time. So there's still time to sign up a team. 6 are in. We have room for 6 more. We can't do more than 12. Otherwise, it would take all day to play the contest. So 12 teams keeps us to about a 2-hour program. So let's look forward to that October 1st. And if you want to get involved, let us know here at INCROWD815. Our email address is INCROWD815@gmail.com. So Abbi, okay, so for those who have no clue what Mosaic does, I've never heard of you before, what do you tell people that Mosaic does here in the 815 area?
Absolutely. So a quick little rundown. We serve adults that have intellectual disabilities. So we have 8 different group homes over the Rockford area where we have clients, about 6 to 8 clients per home. And then we also have a wonderful host home program where we have individuals that live in homes with family who have a little bit more one-on-one care and attention in that. So yeah, we do 24-hour care. So that's kind of just a little bit about what we do.
And I love your slogan, real life, real possibilities. The goal is to make sure that the people you serve get to live their lives out and not just live in isolation.
Yes, we empower our individuals to live the best life that they can to the fullest. So we love to help them with whatever goal that they have. It's very individualized.
And so what does that give some examples of what that looks like. And I mean, you don't have to name any names or anything like that, but what does it look like to help people live a real life with real possibilities who otherwise might not have very many options?
Yes, absolutely. So we have an individual who loves racing. He loves all things racing. He would love to be the next Jeff Gordon. He loves all of that. And we have a wonderful, wonderful volunteer who is also into racing themselves, and invited him over to actually be able to sit into a real life race car and to wear the headgear and everything. And just the smile on his face was just amazing. Have any kind of dreams or goals or ambitions, and we try to make that happen in any possible way. And we couldn't do it without the help of our wonderful volunteers, our donors, our staff, and anybody who really truly has a heart for these individuals.
And sometimes if somebody has one of those big dreams or goals to do, you'd like to be plugged into the community so that you can find those opportunities. I think I've seen some of your folks go to, Cubs games and Brewers games, travel to places to go fishing at special places and stuff like that. It takes a community to pull these things off.
Absolutely. It sure does. It does. Absolutely. And like I said, you have to have a heart in it for sure. So we really care about our individuals here. And like we said, we want to empower them to do anything and everything that they can.
Awesome. So you serve quite a number of people. If somebody has someone in their life that thinks might benefit from being served by Mosaic, what's kind of the process of getting involved, or getting a family member, or even maybe just a friend that needs help in that way? Is there a form to fill out? Is there an orientation to go to? Kind of how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we get our referrals from a different company. It's called Service Inc. So they send information about clients here, and then we talk about it. If we have openings, we start with a visit to see if it's a good fit for them. Then we do some overnights, and then see if they can fully transition into our care. A lot of our clients have come just from living at home with mom and dad. So we like to make that transition as easy as possible, because that's a very different situation than just living with mom and dad. So we like to take our time. It's definitely a process to make sure that they're comfortable, the parents are comfortable, everybody is good to go that way. So,
is it fair to say that that's a fairly typical client that you serve, is someone who's been living with mom and dad until mom and dad are kind of,
missed that one.
Mom and dad might be a little bit too old to care for them anymore?
I'm so sorry. I missed that question.
I was just saying, is that kind of of all the stories that you see and hear of the clients, of the people that you serve, is that kind of the more typical person that you're serving? Is they did probably live with mom and dad for quite a while, but mom and dad got to the point where they just, they're too old to care for their loved one anymore and need some help?
Yeah, I would say it's a very good mix. I say that we do have a lot of clients that are like that, where they've lived with mom and dad for a while, but it gets to be a point where they can't take care of them fully anymore, and that's a transition period. We also have clients that came to us different, very different all across the board. It's very individualized. Everybody has a different story. That's what makes it so interesting to actually hear everybody's story and see how they just happened upon us, or if they've planned their whole life to be here. It's very different. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
Well, here in the Rockford area, you have a number of group homes, a number of foster families, if you will. Are you currently seeking more foster families? Is that kind of a constant need, or where are you at with that?
Absolutely, yes. So we would love to grow our host home program as much as possible. So we are looking for anybody who is willing to take in an individual and learn from us and just really do that work. It's a very hard job, but it's a very rewarding job as well. So yes, we are always looking to grow that program and get some new individuals in here and some new providers.
Okay. So if this is something that you think might be in your future, check out mosaicinfo.org. And what is that the best place to follow up with you guys? What would be the best place to follow up and get in contact with Mosaic here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could check out our website, or you could give us a call at our office. And then our lovely admin assistant will direct you to me, and I can have a little bit more personal one-on-one conversation and answer any other questions that you may have.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, I asked AI to give me some questions for you today, Abbi, and we're going to see how good we did. All right. We'll see if we matched up with AI's questions. And today I'm trying Perplexity. I usually use Gemini, so I'm going to give Perplexity a try and see what they say. So Perplexity says, here are 3 conversation-friendly questions that can spotlight Abbi's work and Mosaic's impact in Rockford. The first question for listeners who may not know Mosaic: how would you describe its mission? What does living your best life look like? You already answered that question, so we did good there.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry.
Well, the second question: what are some of the biggest barriers people with diverse needs and their families face in the Rockford area, and how is Mosaic helping to remove them?
Uh-oh.
Are we losing you again?
Oh, I am losing you again. I'm hearing bits and pieces. I'm trying to do a little dance here to see where I can find the best thing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can.
Okay, perfect. And I'm so sorry. Could you answer that or ask that one more time?
What are some of the biggest barriers that people with diverse needs and their families face here in the Rockford area, and how does Mosaic help to remove them?
Oh, that's a great question. So one of the biggest barriers might be just maybe time. Maybe time is a barrier, or maybe they've never been asked that before. So if they've come to Mosaic and they've never been asked what they would like to do or what their ambitions are or their goals are, that's a huge question, and you sit there and think about it. I was like, maybe I don't know. So that is a barrier, and then we kind of help them along that way, try to give them examples to see if that maybe they like this, try it over here. If you don't like it, we'll try something else. So we try to help with that process and trying to help create what they are, try to help find what they're really into and what we can help them with. So
okay. And then can you share another story without naming anyone, without naming one specifically, that captures a meaningful moment or outcome that you've seen through Mosaic's work here in our community?
Yes, absolutely. There's so many. So let me see which one I can think of here.
We talked about our race car lover already. Is there another one that you can kind of throw out there that might inspire people to get involved?
Yes, absolutely. So one of our host home clients actually honestly never had a birthday before. So they came to us. They've never had a birthday party. They've never got to feel special on their birthday. So we threw a big Halloween celebration for her, so she could have a Halloween mixed themed birthday party where she got to have a good time, dance with her friends, and it just be all about her. So that was something, to me and you, it might not seem, we've had several birthday parties or several special occasions for just us, but for her, it was a very special time, and she was ecstatic. So it was wonderful to see that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you go. I mean, that's if somebody loves throwing birthday parties, you like putting on birthday parties, this might be an opportunity to volunteer with Mosaic and do something special for one of the folks that they serve.
Absolutely. Yes. We would love any volunteers that are willing. We have several different things, any events, or just hanging out with our guys. They would love that. So.
Okay. So yeah, if someone feels like maybe volunteering isn't for them, but would still like to help Mosaic, is there a way to make donations to, I see there's a donate button on your website here. Is there a local opportunity to donate to Mosaic?
Yes, absolutely. Anything that, they feel in their heart is they're willing to give, we would love to. So you can go to our website there, or like I said, you could call me here at the office and we can talk about the other different options of ways to help and ways to donate that way.
Awesome. Okay. Last thing before we let you go, I try to come up with 3 funny or odd questions to ask our last guest of the show. And of the 3 questions that Perplexity gave me, only one of them I think is actually kind of maybe good to talk about. What's the most unexpected skill? Maybe someone on the Mosaic team has an unexpected skill that has been a fun thing to interject in Mosaic's activities, whether it's party trick or baking or something like that. Is there a skill that's been like, oh, wow, that was great?
we have a lot of talented people here. We have a lot of singers. We have a few managers that are wonderful singers. We had a wonderful talent show that was thrown where our clients got to showcase anything and everything for them. And then we had a wonderful singer step up from our group homes. We also have a lot of artists are here. So they are beautiful with their artwork. They get the guys involved. A couple of our homes have their projects all over posted so everybody can see their beautiful work. So we have a lot of talented folks here.
Awesome. Well, anything that we did not ask you about today, Abbi, that you wanted to make sure we talk about that we can talk about before we let you go?
No, I think we pretty much covered it, kind of. But if anybody has any other questions or wants to learn more about it, please reach out to me. I'm always willing to sit down and chat and talk about different things and answer some questions. So
that's a good way to wrap things up, right? If there's a community, if there's an organization that wants to hear from you guys, you go out and speak to community organizations. Is there a opportunity to visit your office or do a tour?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Please contact me. I would love to take you to see some of our homes. You could also see our office here, or you can meet with me and my area director, Chris. We can make that happen. Absolutely. So I would love the opportunity to spread our mission to anybody who is willing to listen.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you carving out and making all the effort you did today to make this happen. And look at that. We got you on the screen and everything worked out pretty good. So thanks for everything you do, Abbi.
Yeah,
and we'll be sure to catch up with you down the line. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Bye, Abbi.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being with us. Bye-bye.
INCROWD815. It is time for the big number.
All right. Current scores 5-4 with our big number of the week. And this week's big number is a big one.
Here we go.
56 million. Does it have something to do with electric or Europe? And I need to find you sent me your guess, but I got to look at it again. All right. You said
There
that
are not 56 million countries in Europe. So here.
You guessed electric, and let me change the score here. This is going all right. This is going all right. There we go. So, you've heard about the Ferrari. You heard about the Ferrari first ever electric car. Did we talk about that?
Oh, no. I thought you were saying you've heard Ferrari. Yeah, definitely. But I haven't heard Ferrari's electric car. I don't think.
The Ferrari electric car, the Luce, L-U-C-E, the Luce. When it first came out, it got all kind of criticism for how it looked. It's an ugly car. Well, apparently that doesn't matter. The luxury EV, when it was debuted in May, Ferrari fans, mostly Ferrari fans, were very disappointed by the sort of ugly design, including its former chairman, Luca Di Montezemolo. Luca said, he said, it risks destroying a legend. Well, fortunately for the supercar maker, there are plenty of people with lots of money and no taste, because the entire 2026 allocation of about 500 Luces sold out in less than 2 months. And the sale price of Ferrari's first ever electric car, $40 million. $40 million. Who's paying that much for a car? So yeah, I get to take the point on this one. It's not electric. Americans are traveling overseas more than ever before. About a decade ago, about 33 million people traveled overseas from the US. Last year, 56 million people traveled overseas, and the United States issued a record number of passports in the fiscal year last year. Over 27 million passports were issued. Many folks jetting off to Europe. Europe saw a record 24 million American tourists last year. Portugal and Greece seeing the most growth in U.S. visitors over the last decade. And I will tell you, from what I've been hearing, people are buzzing about Portugal. People are loving what they are experiencing when they visit Portugal. So if you're looking for a place to visit in Europe and you want to experience the European life, and everyone thinks about, Paris, France, and Barcelona and Greece, but you might want to consider Portugal. And my own daughter spent some time there a few years ago, and she said the same thing. It was just one of the most beautiful countries, and the people were great. The food was amazing. She would definitely recommend Portugal as well. So there you go. 56 million Americans traveling overseas last year, up from 33 million just a decade ago.
Just
we
remember,
have,
if you go to Portugal, you better learn to speak Brazilian.
What?
They speak Portuguese in Brazil. So I'm saying, if you go to Portugal, you better learn to speak Brazilian. So I'm kidding. But anyway.
Okay. I follow you now.
Way to bring the show down, Tom.
Way to go. It made sense once you explained it to me. The August free INCROWD815 networking event is being hosted by Mosaic, but it'll be at Medicare 411 offices on Harrison. So if you're going to join us this Thursday already, the 27th of August, we're going to be at the Medicare 411 offices on Harrison Avenue, basically right across the street from the post office, very similar area there. And everyone is welcome. One of our favorite local nonprofits, Mosaic, hosting our monthly event at the offices of Medicare 411. Food and beverages, door prizes, and more. All we ask is that you bring business card and a smile. Bring your business cards, bring a smile, and you are welcome at an INCROWD815 networking event. And we've seen a lot of new people this year. It's been really cool, the events that we've done so far this year. We've met a lot of folks. We're also, I'm not afraid to say this, we're also kind of the victim of our own success. And what I mean by that is we've been doing this networking thing since 2008. And really, since I took over a few years ago, we also promote the people that attend INCROWD events to explore joining some of our local formal networking groups. For example, Am Spirit or BNI or Bridge Builders. There's a few different groups out there, and a lot of people have done just that. They've joined these other groups, and they're plugging into more formal type of networking where what I mean by that is some of these groups have kind of a standards and practices where you are required, you're not just encouraged, but even required to bring referrals to the group and the members of the group. So if you're wanting to grow your business and you can't afford to hire salespeople to sell your products and services, you join one of these networking groups, and now you have a stable full of salespeople who are advocating for you.
Yeah, people advertising for you.
Exactly. And you're doing the same for them. So we've seen a lot of this growth happen with, I think there's at least 3 different Am Spirit groups that have popped up in the last few years. And a lot of those groups are made up of people who've started their networking experience at an INCROWD event. So I'm very happy about that. And I'm also encouraging those people to keep coming back to INCROWD events to find more members for their groups, because those groups have exclusivity. So if there's already a realtor in their group, they're not seeking another realtor to join their group. If they already have an HVAC person, they're not looking for another HVAC person, right? We're INCROWD, we are completely non-exclusive. We want everyone, and anyone who's got a business card and a smile, we want you to come and join us. And our next free event is this Thursday at Medicare 411 on Harrison. So come on out and join us for that this Thursday. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Medicare 411, the major sponsor of our Master Karaoke Trivia Contest, which version 5.0 is October 1st at Tabala. Winning team wins $8,000 for their chosen not-for-profit thanks to Medicare 411. The team that scores the highest karaoke score from our celebrity judges without winning the grand prize, they're winning $1,000 thanks to Advice Marketing. So thanks to Advice Marketing for jumping in again and being a major sponsor of our INCROWD815 Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. We are still seeking a sponsor to cover our $1,000 trivia prize. The team that scores the highest trivia score without winning the grand prize will win $1,000 as well. And if you want to sign up your team, if you want to sign up your business, basically there are 3 things needed to be in the Masked Karaoke Trivia Contest. The first is, of course, a local not-for-profit that you're playing for. We need to know which not-for-profit here in the 815 area that will be receiving the funds should your team win any money. The second thing is a business partner or sponsor. So what business are you partnering with or is sponsoring your team to be a part of this event? And then finally, there's a $400 entry fee that covers up to 8 people to be on your team. So if you want to have a team of 4 or 5 or 6, that's fine, but you can have up to 8 on your team to compete. And the whole team doesn't have to sing when it comes time for karaoke. Just one of your team members has to sing. Or you can do a duet, or you can do a trio, whatever you want to do for your karaoke portion. There we go. You can choose what you want to do with your karaoke song. But yeah, this is happening for the 5th time, October 1st at Tabala. We're really excited to be having that back again. And if you have not been there before, talk to someone who's been there, and you'll see why we're so excited about doing this again. It's one of those, let's call it a Instagram worthy event. You're going to get a lot of great photos. The lighting is spectacular. Mm-hmm. The sound's great. Our celebrity judges are a hoot. We have a lot of fun with them. And what stays masked at the contest is the not-for-profit each team is playing for until the end of the night. So that's the only thing that stays masked. If you want to sing in a mask, you're welcome to do that, but you're not required to. You can.
Can I do my trivia in a mask?
Absolutely. If you want to wear a mask, as long as we can hear your voice, that's fine. Somebody bring Tom a mask. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
What mask should Tom wear doing the trivia portion of the contest? That could be fun too.
We wear like the Lone Ranger mask.
There you go. And then have a question about the Lone Ranger. Who was Lone Ranger's sidekick on the TV show from 1959 to 1964?
Tonto, played by Jay Silverheel. Yeah.
Jay Silverheel?
Jay Silverheel. Yeah, Heels. Yeah.
Heels. There you go. There's your trivia. There's your bonus trivia question for the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the night, Silver. Hi-ho Silver.
Yeah.
Away.
Hi-ho Silver. Away.
Love that show. Love that show as a kid. So at the end of the night, when we're revealing the scores and who's played and who's winning, we do give each not-for-profit a chance to address the crowd, if you will, and tell people what they do and why they do it here in the 815. So that's always a great way to wrap up the event. And the next one is, again, October 1st at Tabala. Looking forward to that big time. Doors open at 6. Event starts at 7. We'll do some pre-contest karaoke. So if you want to warm up on the karaoke mic before the contest starts at 7, you are welcome to do that. That was a fun thing that we added last time, and we had a good time with that.
Yeah. There was a lot of good karaoke going on beforehand.
There was. Speaking of great talent, my shout outs this week include the Rock Yard Music Fest that happened at Davis Park last weekend. We had some great bands on the stage, including our buddy Clark Kelly. Clark is going to be one of our celebrity judges at the next Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. So he was great on stage. And then a group of students from the Rock and Roll Institute, they had one of their bands up there. I think they were called the Stripes. What did they call themselves? No, the Spins. They were the Spins. Young gal from Harlem High School was their lead singer, and a great band. Man, they sounded so good. If you get a chance to see the kids from the Rock and Roll Institute perform somewhere, highly, highly recommend. I was blown away, not just with her voice, but with how tight the band was. The band was rocking, and really enjoyed. I want to say, of the 5 or 6 songs they did, I recognize at least 4 of them. One of them I didn't really recognize, but it was good. It was all really good. So kudos to Rockyard.
Give me the title of the song. Well, give me the title of the song, and I'll see if I can give you the artist.
I didn't write any of them down, so that's. I think one of them was "I Love Rock and Roll."
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Yeah.
Rock and roll.
I think that was one of the songs that they did. They did some other stuff that wasn't necessarily female-led singers, but the females sang it, and it was like, whoa, that sounds really cool with a female lead singer. I didn't write the title of the songs down, so I can't remember. But anyway, Rock and Roll
sang "Stairway to Heaven," and she did a phenomenal job. She almost sounded better than Robert.
Well,
really. That's sacrilege.
There you go.
You know what I mean.
That's right. Kudos once again also to Starlight Theater. Wrapped up their 60th season with Stars of Starlight last week and their annual banquet. So Starlight Theater's 61st season is coming up in 2027. And what shows will they do? I got a pretty good feeling one of them will be Les Miserables. Is probably going to be one of them, but nothing's been announced yet. But when they do their Stars of Starlight show, they put a bunch of Easter eggs in the show to kind of tease what could be in next year's lineup of shows. And Les Mis was all over in that one. What was the other one?
I saw something years ago called Les Miserables. So I don't know. They were a lot alike. I thought they were
similar.
Yeah.
Sweeney Todd,
Similar, yeah,
I think was another one that had some Easter eggs in there. But anyway, we'll see about that. Shout out to Ernie's Pub doing trivia on Tuesday nights. If you want to play, Tom's playing most playing, not presenting, but playing most Tuesday nights out at Ernie's Place.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And they do a good job there with that. Of course, Louis on Wednesday night. We had a great team this past week at Louis and actually finished in the top 3. So kudos to those who came out and played with our INCROWD815 team. Wednesday nights at Louis and Roscoe, 7 p.m. We invite you to come out and join our team or come and have your own. Include your own.
Yeah, we had 10 teams. 10 teams. And so it was pretty good.
Good turnout. And then my last shout out for this week, State Line Events. Stacy and her organization, State Line Events, they're doing bingo at Rascals. And the bingo at Rascals on this last Thursday night was for a foundation. Oh, goodness. I didn't write this down either. State Line Events, Rascals, the Jack Bauer Foundation. This is a young kid who I believe was like 4 years old when he was hit by a car and killed. And so they've had started a foundation in his name to keep his memory alive and to support pre-K education. We're going to have them on the podcast here probably in November. The Jack Bauman Memorial Foundation is the last bingo for a cause, which took place Thursday night out at Rascals. They're doing another one coming up in September for Blue 815. We've had Blue 815 on the show before, supporting our first responders, especially our police officers here in the region. So we'll look for Bingo for a Cause and State Line Events on Facebook and be sure to follow along with them and all the stuff that they're doing out there.
I was talking to Andrea Cox. We've had her on the show a few times. I'm in the works now. We're going to do a trivia event in March. It's not going to interfere with anything we're doing, but and it's going to be very big. It's going to be a trivia event fundraiser, and it's not necessarily Jamie Cox Foundation. What it is it might be in memory of, I don't know, but it's not specifically that. What it is something along the lines of helping officers get training. So some of them have been well noted, and they're trying to make sure that the cutbacks don't affect too much. So we're going to raise money for more training for the police officers. So
Good. Yeah,
just,
Blue 815 doing good
the
stuff.
way it goes.
Doing good stuff here
absolutely.
in the region.
Andrea Cox is really awesome. She's so good. So anyway,
that's I think that's everything for this week. Next week we're planning on having on the American Grace Foundation. They're based out of Forreston, and Fatherhood United. So a couple of new ones again next week here on the INCROWD815 podcast to let people know about. If you want to help the INCROWD815 podcast out, either with a donation would be great, but what would be really cool? Buying some 815 gear. We're looking to add some 815 gear onto the website. So there should be some new stuff coming soon. But for now, when you go to INCROWD815.com, you're going to see business networking in the 815. You're going to see a place to buy Mass Karaoke Trivia tickets. If you don't want to participate, but you want to witness this amazing spectacle, tickets are only $10. And in fact, while they last, BOGO tickets, buy one, get one free. So you can get two for $10 right now on the website. For real. And coming out and cheer for your favorite not-for-profits and your favorite folks that are competing in the contest. As I mentioned, we do have a Patreon if you'd like to support us that way. But the merch site, here on the merch site, you can get your t-shirts, your hoodies, your polos, your quarter zips, your hats. We're going to be adding bucket hats and sweatpants are coming to the website soon. But these are really nice and sharp. An embroidered polo. I still need to get an embroidered polo. I haven't gotten an embroidered polo yet. That's in the works. But a lot of different options there on INCROWD815.com. So check that out when you get a chance at INCROWD815.com. Upcoming events, the podcast, all the stuff are on the page right there. And let's see what this looks like. Share this tab instead. Tickets for the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, October 1st. Again, while they last, we got BOGO tickets. There's a small ticket fee attached to there, so to cover the expense of the ticket provider, if you will. We're using Ticket Bud, which is a lot cheaper and has been very good to us. So we're very happy with Ticket Bud for tickets on the event. So there you go. Anything else you want to share before we wrap things up this week, Tom?
Well, you sure you want to ask that question?
I know you want to talk some Packer football because they had a fun game last night. Not that winning a preseason game matters, but they played very well against Denver's top defense.
They did, and it's preseason, so I don't get too excited. I was excited with the game. I loved it. It was fun to watch. It was fun to see some of these second and third tier players stepping up. All it does is it increases competition. Oh my God, it looked really, really good last night. It did. It just it looked really, really good. And
it didn't start well. That Christian Watson fumble was not good, but they got called back on his knee was down, but he did get stripped.
His knee was down. Yeah,
that's probably a good thing.
You're right. But if you noticed, they did the exact same thing with I think it might have been Pierce. No. Well, anyway, he also, they were stripping the ball. They were going after it. They were pulling it out. And that's what happened with Christian Watson. They just simply pulled it out or punched it or pulled it or whatever. But so that's something that you want to be very careful of, because
it's good that happens in a preseason game, because now he's going to be thinking about that.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Love looked good.
Christian Watson's pretty strong. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. He looked really good. Matthew Golden looked exceptional. Um, and we didn't even have Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed, or Savion Williams in there. I mean, wow. We had who did we have at receiver? Well, Isaiah Nair looked really good, number 80. In fact, Kyle McCord kept going to him, and you need to spread it around a little bit. I'm going to pick up on that, but there were just a couple of other Sturdivant had a nice catch, and Sky Moore had a decent run back. Oh, and number 22, the one I was talking about, Pierce. I forgot his name. Well, anyway, he had a really good run back, a 60-yard kick return. So he could be our kick returner, and Keyshawn Nixon, I don't think played at all last night. He might have played a little bit, but Brandon Cisse is the real deal. We are going to have a very good defense. Oh, and we're going to have very good special teams too, and it starts with the kicker. So far, Trace Smack. Wow, names are tough this morning. Trace Smack has hit every field goal
down the
week
center.
Before, and then you could say 4 last week too. Yeah, right down the center. I mean, these didn't miss at all. Oh, and one of those would have hit from 70 yards, 65, 70 yards. One of those would have. It was just an absolute mountain shot.
Very, very encouraging.
So
very, very encouraging.
Very encouraging. I'm watching it. Okay, and Sean Payton is somebody who obviously preseason nobody really cares. But do they? Really? I don't know. I think some teams do. I think these teams go in there. They want to show what they can do. They don't want to just go in there. They don't want to go in there and, well, okay, we lost 33-13. But you know what? The encouraging thing was blah, blah, blah. Because last week, after the Packers lost 28-9, there were a few encouraging things, but I found a lot of things that were like, that was not encouraging at all. And
who was it? Was it Mike Tomlin that used to always want to win his preseason games? There was one of the coaches that was like, he made it a point to win these games. It wasn't just a
well, I know
players.
That when Baltimore had John Harbaugh up until last year, they had a 29-game winning streak in preseason. And I don't know if they actively tried to win them, but there are some coaches that I think try to. And I don't have a problem with that. You want to go out and win every game you play. I don't care if it's preseason or, spring football. You want to go out. Your side wants to go out and win. There's nothing wrong with that, but not to the detriment of not running a play that you should have run, or be talking on my own here. I think Greg may have cut out again. Yes, he did. But anyway, so the kicking game last night was absolutely spot on. The other thing about, I've just been rambling on, Greg, while you were away. I heard you were rescuing burning kittens from a burning building. The other thing
all good
is our long snapper. Our long snapper is Matt Orzik. But last night we had Cam Adamitis, I believe his name is, Cal Adamitis. And then we may keep 2 long snappers. This guy's really good.
That won't happen.
And he's a long snapper. So.
You're not keeping 2 long snappers.
Well, you'll have one. Well, you'll definitely have. Yeah, but one of them can come in and be a center if need be, an extra offensive lineman. So that's what I'm saying. Don't typically do that, but
well, they definitely look good.
Anyway, wow.
Yeah, and I'm not worked up about the last week loss that they didn't even score a touchdown, did they, in the last week? So whatever.
No, they didn't. They didn't. But what they did do is they had 3 decent drives, at least 2 decent drives, where Jordan Love brought him down, and and then Tyrod Taylor. We also had Kyron Drones in there, just giving the ball up, and that's how Pittsburgh ended up scoring 28 points. They had 3 touchdowns in the last quarter. We were 3 touchdowns in the last quarter, and then one of those touchdowns was early on, but it didn't matter. 2 of them in the last quarter, one of them as the third quarter ended, like with a minute and a half left. But Kyron Drones was awful last week, and they got rid of him. They dropped him like a hot potato. Kyle McCord looks to be your second quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, who he'll get his chance to prove himself once again next week against, I believe, the Cardinals. That shouldn't be a tough task. Cardinals are expected to go. They're expected to go 0-17 this year. No, I'm kidding. Not really. They'll probably win.
I think their over-under is like 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 4 or 5 games. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, hey, but when we get off here, do you have time for 5 minutes off air?
Let's do that. Let's chat off the air. For now, again, next week, planning on chatting with American Grace Foundation and Fatherhood United. You change the world when you help one person, my friends. Be a blessing to someone today and every day this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here next week for another INCROWD 815 podcast. Thank you, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
815 INCROWD. 815 INCROWD. 815 INCROWD. 815